Hey guys, this is Shane, Pocket Knife Review. Today I want to do a video and talk about this little guy. This is the Spyderco Native Salt. Reason I say little guys because it is a fairly small knife. As you can see, with it open, I can cover the entire knife with my hand. It's a small knife. A lot of people consider it a fifth pocket knife. But it doesn't have to be a fifth pocket knife. This is a great pocket knife. It's a great EDC knife. It's a great size. And because of Spyderco's excellent design team, they added this forward choil, so even my huge 2X glove wearing hand, I could get a full 4-finger grip, and as you see, actually have 1/4 inch hanging out the back. What blade is left is very capable of doing a lot of work. The reason I was excited about this knife is because it comes in LC200N. They do that on their Native Salt series because LC200N is nearly corrosive proof. There's been tests where they've submerged this LC200N blade in salt water for days, weeks at a time. No rust, no corrosion. I'm sure there are chemicals out there that somebody could find to dip it in and make it corrode. Whatever. You can destroy anything if you try. But this knife doesn't come in this beautiful color scheme. Good friend of mine with a YouTube channel by the name of Grumpy Grunt. If you're not subbed to Grumpy Grunt, go check him out. He's an awesome dude. He dyed these scales. It came this color yellow, and he dipped it in reds and orange, greens and blues, and made this beautiful color combination that you see here. I saw this knife on his live and fell in love with it. I love the way it looked. I love the fact that it doesn't look like a menacing weapon. It's just a cool looking knife. If you're a Grateful Dead fan, which I'm not, but if you are, you'd probably love this color combination too. I wanted to tell you a little story about this knife. This video kind of goes along in line with the video that I made called Knife People. I didn't purchase this knife. Ever since I've been a part of the knife community, I've never been out to gain anything, to get anything from anybody. There's dozens of people out there that'll tell you that I started out like most everybody else. I started out buying, for lack of a better word, Chinese budget knives. And it made me happy because I could buy a knife or two a week at the time. I was gainfully employed, had a little extra money, and that's what I did. And, I got addicted to that mail call and I loved it. But at some point I decided to cut back on the quantity so much and start looking for quality. And it's actually a video that was put up by Super Still Steve about Chinese made knives. It's very controversial. People love to argue about it. But I got what he was getting at. It was something he said about your expendable income. Pretty much the money that you waste. Money that you're throwing away that you don't need. And he made some points about guys saying that they couldn't afford an American-made knife because they are more expensive, guys. There's no doubt about it. They cost you a little more money. My opinion, along with that, most times comes a little better quality. With Spyderco, I feel like it comes definitely with a better heat treat. But the main thing is it comes with a little more pride and ownership. For me, anyway. Now, that's not bashing Chinese knives. That's not bashing people who buy Chinese knives. Guys, I have Chinese knives. But what I did was I accumulated a collection of those Chinese budget knives. At one point, had about 140 knives. Nobody needs 140 knives, guys. And when I started upgrading my collection, I didn't know what to do with those budget knives. I didn't have a debit card, or I didn't have a bank account, to be honest with you. I haven't operated on one or with one for 10 years now. So selling them was going to be nearly impossible. So what I started doing is I just started giving them away. I didn't give them away to people I knew. I didn't give them away in person. I just recently started hanging out in these live streams from this crazy thing they call a knife community. And I would just kind of watch people's responses, and I'd hear them comment about a particular knife that they really wanted, and or that they were saving up for, that they couldn't afford at the time, and it just so happens a lot of those times I happen to have that knife, so I would hit them up on Instagram or whatever. Anyway, I'd just ship them the knife and give it to them. Made me feel good. Um, I didn't brag about it or anything while I was doing it, but made me feel good, and it made them happy, and knowing that I made somebody else happy was a pretty good feeling. Um, Times are different. Um, Many of you that know me know that I had a kidney removed about 5 years ago due to cancer. I had a quadruple bypass. I think it's been a little over 2 years now. Had a heart attack after that. It's been some rough times. And then I caught the crud, as we'll call it. And I wasn't one of those people that didn't believe it was real. I knew it was real. And I caught it before there was a vaccine. And it nearly killed me. I guess I was high risk, you could say. I woke up one Tuesday morning and accepted it was going to be my last day on earth. But the will of God and some help from a friend. I won't mention what that help was, but I survived it. However, the aftermath of that led to me being in worse shape than I was, in my opinion, from the heart issues. Um, After my heart surgery, a friend of mine got me off my butt. We were walking 3 miles a day, 3 to 4 days a week. First time I did it, took me 2.5 hours. The last time we did it, I think we broke just under 50 minutes. And now at this point, since COVID, I can't walk 100 yards. Um, Something's wrong with my breathing. I've been to doctors. Anyway, they don't know. But I'm no longer gainfully employed, so I don't have the budget to purchase knives all the time. And when I saw this knife, I commented to Grumpy Grunt about how much I liked it, and I was hoping maybe I could do a trade with him or something, ask him what he wanted for it. And at that time, he told me that if I would just purchase him, I don't remember if it was this exact same knife or what it was, that he would just trade me even. And I was going to be willing to do that, but it was going to take me months to be able to do that. And I'm going to tell you why I think he did what he did. He just mailed me this knife and gave it to me. I asked him what I owed him. He told me nothing. I didn't ask him to give me this knife. I've never asked anybody for anything. The reason why I think he did this was because back in, I think it was probably sometime in October of 2021, I was watching a Grateful Panic shenanigans, one of his 4 hour long live streams where we typically don't even talk that much about knives, to be honest with you. We just converse and hang out as friends and talk about life and whatever we feel like talking about. And a guy named KC, who also has a YouTube channel called Knives Fast, check out KC, made a joke because John typically ran his lives a lot longer than most people do. He made a joke about he should just do a 24-hour marathon live. Well, as soon as that live stream was over, I called Grateful Panic, excited like a kid on Christmas morning. I was like, hey man, let's do this. Let's do this 24-hour Knives Live marathon. And we were giddy, like two young children, talking about it. We were on the phone for, I don't know, 3 hours, just brainstorming and talking about what we wanted to do and what our intentions were. The first thing that came up was raising awareness, not for what you think, but it was raising awareness to some of these smaller YouTube channels, some of them that have been around for a long time and hadn't reached monetization, some of them that have been around not so long, that we wanted to see grow and hopefully become monetized if that's what they wanted. So our plan was to do this live marathon and do 24 1-hour slots and invite all these different content creators to come on, do a 1 hour segment and, just try to entertain people and see if they can get some subscribers out of it. We plan to mass promote this across Instagram and Facebook, and we're going to see what we could do. Well, sometime during that 3 hour brainstorming session, we decided that if we were going to do this, we should do it for a cause. And the first thing that came to mind was Doug Ritter at Knife Rights. If you don't know what Knife Rights is, Doug Ritter founded Knife Rights. Doug Ritter runs Knife Rights. Doug Ritter does all the work himself. And what he does is, I don't know if he would like this example, but in our minds, he's kind of the NRA of the knife community. He goes to states where they have stupid knife laws that very well could put you in jail over the pocket knife that you have. And he tries to get those ancient laws reversed and taken off the books. I don't know the legalities to all of it, but he's a good man. He designed the Hogue Ritter RSK MK1. Proceeds from every sale of that knife go to Knife Rights. So, if you're looking for a good pocket knife and you want to support Knife Rights, that's one way of doing it. But anyway, we put this marathon together. We scrambled because we decided we wanted to do it about the first week in December, and it was an absolute roller coaster ride, emotionally, physically, the planning. It was insane, guys. And I'm not going to get into all the details of what all went on to make this happen, but let me tell you something. This community and these YouTube content creators came together, and they made it happen. I had no idea what I was doing. A fellow viewer named by the name of everybody, you guys know him as John Evans, reached out and offered to help me organize this and do a lot of the tech stuff that I didn't know what I was doing, and it would not have happened without him. I'm telling you guys, 2 weeks before Knives Live 2021, I would have had to shut it down. I couldn't do it. But we made it happen, and man, we had a great time, and we raised a little over $6,000, I think, for Knife Rights. We gave away some epic packages after it was over. We had a thing where every $10 you donated to Knife Rights got you an entry into our giveaway. And these very same content creators reached out to manufacturers. They reached out to knife lubricant companies. They reached out to everybody they knew. And the outpouring of donations literally brought me to tears at one point in time. I was actually asking people to stop. I felt guilty. I was like, this is just too much stuff. But it turned out great. We did our giveaway. This could be the first time some of you may hear about this, but one of the packages was not claimed. So there's going to be another giveaway. And not only that, there were donations made that came in late. There were donations that came in after the Knives Live 2021 even happened. We have probably a good 3 packages now that are equal to or possibly greater than some of the packages we've already given away. So that is upcoming. I told this big long story though to tell you why I think Grumpy Grunt gave me this knife. It was in appreciation for what I had done for the community. Let me tell you guys, I didn't view it that way. This community has done so much for me. I found these people during a pretty dark time in my life. There was days that if there was an off button, I'd have pushed it. I'm not embarrassed to admit that. I understand that millions of people go through this. Some of them go through it silently. Some of them don't make it through it. These guys and my family and the help of some friends that I didn't meet online, some real life friends, if you want to call them that, helped me through it. And I've learned to deal with it. I get better at dealing with it every day. I've actually gotten to a point now where I can feel myself slipping into a depression. And when I realize what it is, I can shut it off. Almost like a switch. and that's great. But so I wasn't looking at it like what I did for the knife community. I was looking at what the knife community had done for me. And the reason why I told you my financial situation is because I used to do a lot of super chats on lives. I would do channel memberships, things like that. And I can no longer afford to do those. I don't watch television anymore. This is what I do. And I felt like I owed these guys something, you know, for providing me with my entertainment, providing me with my peace, providing me with some portion of my mental health. So that's why I did it. That's why I wanted to help these guys, since I knew I couldn't help financially like I used to. And Grumpy Grunt wasn't the only one. You know, I already told you the story, and I'm going to call him out this time, whether he likes it or not. Hope he don't get mad at me. I'd already told you the story about this Protect. You know, kind of the same thing happened. The guy just, I mean, for lack of a better term, he paid $270 for a knife and mailed it to me. That doesn't happen everywhere, guys. That's a very rare occurrence in any community and anything you get involved in. But he has an awesome Instagram channel. It's Jack Slungs EDC. Jake, you're an awesome guy. Grumpy Grunt, you're an awesome guy. I'll never be able to repay you guys for what these knives mean to me. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about sentimentally what these knives mean to me. These knives will be in the hands of my grandchildren, and God, if it survives those heathens, then maybe it'll be in the hands of their children and grandchildren. But anyway, I wanted to make this video because I want to tell you guys how much I appreciate what you did for me, and how much I appreciate the hard work you put into Knives Live 2021, and the hard work I know you're going to put into Knives Live 2022. We're going to have a good time again. We're going to raise some more money for knife rights. We're going to bring awareness to knife rights, and it's going to be a good time. So anyway, I think I've covered everything I wanted to talk about, and said everything I want to say. And I just want to thank you guys already. I've been doing this for 4 days. I'm at 166 subscribers, I think, more than I thought I'd have in 6 months. And once again, that's because of the knife community. You guys have really pushed to get my subs up there, and I know I don't deserve them, not for these shaky, not so great quality videos. I called my channel Pocket Knife Review. I don't know that I've done a proper review on anything yet. All you guys have really had a chance to do is hear some ramblings, but I really appreciate that you take any part of your day, whether it's 1 minute or however long this video is going to be, 20 minutes, and the fact that you would spend that listening to me means a lot to me. So thank you guys, peace, and I love y'all.